Okay, so we have done a blind contour study of our hand. We're going to do a semi-blind contour study of our hand now. All semi-blind means is that we can now look at our paper. So anytime that I am looking at my hand, I am drawing. Anytime I look back, I stop. So the only time I look back is to just make sure that my pencil is in the right spot or I haven't made a mistake. So what I'm trying to stop myself from doing is doing this. I call that a middle school dance, right? So we need to break it up and make sure that we're drawing from observation and not drawing from our imagination. Before I start drawing, I'm going to put my line weight scale on my paper. So I'm going to put screaming, talking, and whispering. A good drawing has at least all three, hopefully more. Screaming lines go wherever there are deep shadows. Talking lines go wherever there are midtones. And whispering lines go wherever light is hitting. I do have another video on contour where I go really in depth into contour. So if you feel like you need more information on that, please feel free to watch that video as well. But let's do a semi-blind contour hand drawing. Just like the blind contour drawing, I can put my hand in any position that I want to. Let's do something like that, right? Why not? Thumbs up, right? So I'm going to make sure that my drawing is starting in a place that I like. And I am going to start anywhere that I want on my hand. And I'm going to, anytime that I am drawing, look at my hand. Anytime I look back, I'm not drawing, right? So if I'm looking here at my hand, I can draw. If I'm looking here, I cannot. I am trying to make my eyes and hands move in sync. I can look back and forth pretty frequently, but I don't want to just be staring at my paper as I'm drawing. Just like when I was working on my blind contour drawing, I'm trying to capture every crack, every crevice, every wrinkle. I'm trying to capture everything that I can possibly see in my hand. That happens all the time. You can see a little finger here in the palm of my hand. When I go to draw nails, my nails are all dirty from sharpening my pencils and things like that, so I want to get that too. I try and keep my lines at like a talking or whispering stage for a long time, even if I see something that should be darker. I find that if I start making things darker right off the bat, then it's really hard to stop putting down so much pressure. So I'd rather keep it light and then go back and make it a little darker later. And I'm keeping my pencil on the page. I don't want to lift it. The only reason I would lift it is if I make a mistake. You'll see it kind of looks like my head is like on a swivel, like I'm sort of looking back and forth pretty frequently. That's what I want to do. That way my head can easily return back to the same position that I'm drawing in, or a very similar position. Feels a little robotic, but it works. Slow and steady wins the race here. It's funny, I was really excited to draw my thumbs up, and I haven't even gotten to my thumb yet. Drawing every finger except for my thumb. I can feel, because I use this pencil for my blind contour demo, I can feel that it's getting a little dull. So I'm going to swap pencils. Just like we were talking about in blind contour, I want to be hyper aware of my line quality, and remember that dull pencils will ruin your drawing. So thankfully I have a bunch of sharpened pencils on my easel. So the moment that I notice my line quality starting to dip, I can swap to a better quality pencil. On my pinky here. Again, I can see areas that I would put a darker line down on, but I'm not gonna make that any darker until more towards the end of the drawing. I wanna give myself some room to make mistakes here. I think I made the left side of my hand a little too small, so I'm gonna push that back. So I did make a mistake, so I'm gonna push that back. And thankfully my lines are really soft, so it's really easy to make corrections here. Remember, anytime I look at my paper, I'm not drawing. Anytime I'm looking at my hand, in this case, I am drawing. Remember that good drawings shift and change, bad drawings stay the same. So it's a good thing that we are seeing shift and change here. I'd be more concerned if nothing changed in the drawing at all. Only reason I'm looking back is to make sure I'm not making a mistake and that my pencil's in the right spot. Keeping that pencil on my page. Until I've got my whole hand on my paper. There's a couple areas I could clean up here, but I think we get the idea of semi-blind contour hand drawings. And again, if you feel like you need more information on this, there's an entire other video on contour as well in Canvas.